What's up, Zach Vines here, and today we are going to talk about how to get your emails opened and read. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's start with how to get your emails open. So 64% of people say that they only open an email because of the subject line. So let's talk subject line. So for starters, a good subject line is question marks. So for some reason, when things are in quotes or when things are in question marks, our brain naturally starts to try to answer the question. So when you start a subject line with a question mark, you are starting to already intrigue that reader and they want to know. I usually like to do question marks and then ... That begins to pique the curiosity. That begins to make the user want to click. Another thing I like to do is to add curiosity and also do things that use the user directly. So you want to use pronouns that are actually you, your. So I like to use things like your eyes only, for you only, I got this for you. That is something that has jumped up my open rate tremendously because it's something that's personalized and catered to them. We also like to see our name. We like to have things personalized for us. It just adds that extra cue to the brain that makes that curiosity hit. Percentages. Percentages is another thing that for some reason triggers us. So you might be saying 99% of all users do this. 50% of people fail if they do this. Read more. Adding percentages, obviously it depends on what your niche is. It could be weight loss. 50% of people are gaining more fat than others by adding this to their diet, etc. This is something that's going to cause the user to click. And another one that is very good, especially if you're using a promotional offer or if you have a sales page that you're going to direct them to, is scarcity. For a limited time only. This page will disappear. One I actually like is this page will self-destruct in, obviously it's not going to, but it adds that extra curiosity, but also like a trigger of scarcity to click. So we've talked about opening. So how are we going to get them to actually read and stay engaged? So make it no nonsense. You want to give the who, the what, the when, the where. You don't need to sit here and drag them along. You want to add that curiosity, and you definitely want to add an open window, to keep them reading, but you don't want it to be to where they finish the entire email and they have no point of what you were trying to get them to do, no call to action, nothing. You want to make it a point to guide them, but lead them to the click. So you also want to make it easy to read. So personally, I use GetResponse, and if you don't have an email provider, I'll add a link for a free trial in the bio. But GetResponse does a really good job, and I know things like Aweber and other places do too, of actually making it easy to read on mobile. So the problems that some people have is that they'll make it really easy to read on desktop, but it becomes really choppy and kind of cuts off weird on mobile. So make it easy to read. Timing. Timing is huge. Now most people say that 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is usually a good range in the mornings, and around 3 to 4 p.m. is a good statistically in the evening. For me, I don't like sending emails that are going to go throughout in the morning because usually those are the emails you roll over, you look at, and you swipe out. And I don't really like midday emails, and that is really, and by midday I mean lunchtime, and that's because usually it's generally when somebody is at work or doing something, and you usually don't get it. I do like that 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. range because that's kind of at a point where you're in that settling down point to where you are more likely to actually read and actually use and click and perform whatever action that I'm trying to get you to do. Last but not least, make it personal. Like I said in the email subject line, make it personal, make it cater for them. Don't sound spammy. You don't want to overcrowd it with too many links and too many different bolds and underlines. You want to make it neat and have it structured to where the right things are bolded, the right things are underlined. But if you do it too much, you will cause your email to go into spam, and you will cause it to where nothing happens. And actually, if you see, there should be somewhere around here, I'll actually link up the how to get out of the spam folder email. And that is especially crucial for Gmail, because Gmail is one of those that just, it's tricky. You have to have a very fine-tuned email to not end up in the spam folder. So that was it. That was just some quick little tips to make sure that your email gets opened and that it gets read. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe. It helps me a lot, and I want to continue to give you content to help you to continue to succeed as an internet marketer. That is all I have for you. Have a blessed day.